Hi everybody. So I was taking a walk today and it's been raining a lot here. So you can imagine there's a lot of worms out right now on these wet days. And I want to tell you a little story of my soul experience with these worms, and it actually changed my life. It's a really weird introduction, and I'm not quite sure how to begin to tell you this story because it's kind of an odd one, but I know it's a powerful one. So I'm just going to start by telling you my experience. So it was calling for me, the nature trail, and it hasn't been raining. It's just really damp right now. And so I went out, and I have this, I'm sort of like the worms saver. I'm the saver of worms. Like, I have this really soft spot in the core of my soul for worms, and I feel like actually a pain and suffering when I see the worms squiggling and trying to get back to the grassy areas, and they're on the cement and they're drying out and they're struggling, and I just see sort of like myself somehow in these worms. And whenever there's rainy days and I'm out walking, I am picking up as many worms as I can and putting them in the grasses, and somehow I feel like I've saved myself. And when I save these worms, I've given them another chance at life in harmony and joy, and I'm giving their souls the experience of knowing that they can be saved, like a miracle can happen, and suddenly they're lifted out of their agony and placed back into their home where they can be worms again, and they can go through another day. And I feel like I'm gifting their soul something special and unique. And I really do believe that worms have souls. I experience that all creations have souls. Maybe it's a collective soul experience, maybe it's an individual soul experience. You could ask yourself, do the cells of your body have a soul? Do viruses have souls? Does cancer have a soul? What has a soul? What does not have a soul, do you believe? So on this walk, I saw the first big fat squiggly worm, and I went to it and I picked it up, and it was squirmy and slimy like they usually are. It still had a chance. It wasn't dried out yet, but I felt mighty and heroic to pick this worm up and to set it on the grass. And I felt like another good deed done. And then I walked a little bit, and there was another big fat worm squiggling and wriggling. And I was so glad to bend down and pick this worm up and set it in the grass. And then I had this moment hit me in my heart, and I realized I can't save everybody. I can't save everybody. If I can't save all the worms, I can't save all the people, I can't save all the parts of my own soul where nobody was there to help me. I took a deep breath as I looked at this third worm, and I said, I'm sorry, but I will not be saving you today. And I just started crying. And then I came across another worm, and I saw it was even worse conditioned than the last three worms. It was covered in gravel, and I knew that it needed help, but I took a deep breath and I said, I will not be saving you today. And I walked past all these worms, and I didn't save a single one, just those first two. And I asked myself, why am I crying? Why is this such a struggle? And I asked myself, how many people struggle with this same experience in different ways? For instance, people who are vegetarian or vegan, they feel a pain and a suffering to think about the treatment of animals, and it's like agony. And I've come to peace with the way animals have been treated, because I know that souls choose their experience, and I have to choose reverence of those souls. Human beings are not treated well here either. And my sore spot is worms. I get extremely emotionally vulnerable when I see them wiggling on the ground and nobody will help them. It's like nobody cares about them. But where is this coming from inside my own soul? Where is this coming from with my calling and my purpose to help humanity? And to know I cannot help every single person on this planet. I just simply can't. I have found a way to come to peace with a lot of things. A lot of things. And today I finally found a way to come to peace with the worms. It was really hard for me, and I still feel emotional about it, but I know this is healing my soul. I'm not sure who this message is for, specifically. I know that people, specifically vegans and vegetarians who care about the animals, who make the choice for the animals, I constantly am thinking about this movement, because this movement has many dynamic aspects to it. And for those souls who are in so much pain and suffering, my soul has come to peace with the treatment of animals, where a lot of souls would tell me that I should never feel at peace with that. I should feel ripped apart until this tyranny ends. We should all feel ripped apart by it. And I tell you that you need to let it go. You need to let it go. I know my relationship with the worms, maybe vegans would think that was stupid. That worms are just worms. You know, people eat bugs and insects. Perhaps they don't matter. I don't hear vegans going on a rant about how people need to stop eating the insects. I cannot begin to tell you how many times I have felt sad to see a smashed grasshopper. And I guarantee very few people would even notice. And they're probably the ones crushing the grasshopper. And it breaks my heart that people would not notice these extraordinary little beings on our planet. But I am at peace with it, because I know it's just life. And when I come to peace with it inside myself, I feel like I start to understand the God consciousness, which is an acceptance of all things. And if I am God consciousness, as we are all God consciousness, then we too need to find acceptance with all things. There is so much pain and suffering under every hidden rock in this world, and we can't save everybody, but what we can do is remind each other about love. I have a question for you. So, viruses, are they evil things? Perhaps I'm asking this question because I was so transformed by this channeling I did with the Nostradamus. I mean, it was like hit with a symbol, like literally the symbol that makes the sound, and then it just like was vibrating. And I was just hit by a symbol, which is also a symbol metaphorically, like it's symbolic. And I would just, this wave of energy just crashed into me, and I felt so ripped apart. It's about the times that a soul endures that you can't be bigger than it. You just simply can't. You can't find a way to be bigger than it, and you have to endure it, and you have to die from it. The Black Plague. It overwhelmed me. Is the Black Plague evil? If the Black Plague was a consciousness, maybe we need to annihilate it. Maybe we need to annihilate all the greedy politicians, wipe our slate clean of the chaotic forces so we could just be love. You can't use chaos to get rid of chaos. You'll never attain love, ever. You never will. Maybe if we can see a different pathway, embracing the experience for what it is, choosing to feel the experience of transformation from it, not the agony, but the gift. We can ascend beyond holding on to all of our hurts. I had no idea that my soul endured such an extreme nightmare of suffering and loneliness, dying from the Black Plague. And millions, and we're talking like 40 million souls endured it. Living corpses, rotting flesh. I didn't realize how my soul was so symbolically influenced over lifetimes by that. Souls that are extremely hurt enter into new lifetimes of trying to make sense of the hurt by choosing to recreate the hurt in new ways. It's not, well, you endured a hard lifetime, so now you get an easy one. The soul has to understand the lifetime. And yes, there are moments of rest in between the understandings. But a lot of us are carrying a lot of hurt. And I felt that hurt. I feel that hurt when I look at the worms on the ground. I feel it as part of my own soul. And I think a lot of people who are vegan or vegetarian feel that when they think about the animals. I think I'm making this video not to say that we have to keep saving all of the animals. We have to keep saving all the worms. We have to keep saving all of humanity. We have to annihilate the evil, get rid of the curse in order to purify the soul, burn the witch at the stake. How many different ways can you put it and call yourself holy or a good person when really you're just lost in the illusion of the hurt itself and you don't even know yourself and you think you do, you think you're a good person, but you're holding on to the hurt. And we don't even know half of the time what those hurts are or where they truly stem from. All we can do is the best we can do. Did I do an evil thing by not saving those worms? Or did I give myself a gift of self-realization and God consciousness caliber, choosing to come to peace with everything in my soul, come to peace with everything, and only then can we truly ascend. Stop pointing fingers, stop holding on to hatred, stop enduring the pain. You don't have to anymore. It's like the little birdie is trying to get your attention. Stop looking at it. It's the news. It's the next bit of chaos. It's the desperation to understand. Let go of it. We're human beings. We're not meant to understand everything. And even if we could try to understand everything, we could only understand so much of it. If we choose to put love as the most valuable thing, the one thing worth understanding everything about that, not through hatred. Love that teaches us through hatred, through sorrow, through self-destruction, through greed, through jealousy. Love is everything. But we're talking love that is the healing medicine. Love that is the unexpected decision to do it differently today, and to let Mother Earth, let God, let nature take care of the worms today. Take care of the animals today. Take care of humanity today. And all you have to do is simply choose to be a part of that receiving of love from God, Mother Earth, and to start working with that matrix of creative, healing, loving forces, and to find a way to save humanity with love on a level that is a part of acceptance, a part of self-love, a part of balance. Did I say balance twice? I can't remember. I'm in such a hazy daze over all of this. But I think balance is a very key word to all of this. Love that is balance. That's all I'm going to share for this video message. Please share your thoughts about this topic. It's valuable for us to start sharing, not to react, but to go into your heart and ask the question, what truly does this mean to me? And now to share that answer so we can get to know who you truly are deep down inside. Not how you react, not how you jump on the bandwagon with everybody else and insist that, but the part of you that actually chooses to say something deeper. Closes your eyes, takes 5 minutes to ask your heart, what does this mean to me? Be surprised by the answer even. And then to write that down. Human ascension is deep. It's deep honesty. Deep self-expression. It's turning off the radio and the news and listening to your own heart speak. Your experience is speaking to you and sharing that. Not reading a book and just regurgitating what somebody else said. Watching 500 YouTube videos and just regurgitating what everybody else is saying without actually discovering what it all means to you and sharing it in your unique, soul-driven, deep and amazing way that's different than any other soul, different than how any other soul would share it. So I encourage you to share. And if this video means something to you, I would love to receive a like. It really makes me feel special when I get likes. So I want to thank you all for supporting my YouTube channel and supporting me, helping me to find myself more deeply through you. And if you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one through a psychic session, I would love to visit with you. Please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. You can go there to my psychic services page and get yourself booked into my calendar. So I want to thank you all again for all of your love and support, and I wish you all a very wonderful day.